All right, welcome back to Jazz Tag. So this is just a quick update. I've already done my first vlog yesterday, and I may pump up a few ones to update myself on the journey. I think a part I left out yesterday is how deep we went into CS50 and how fast it was for me because of my computer science background and interest. So overview of the CS50 class. By the way, it's free of charge. It's on Harvard. .edu. It's also on edX, and I don't have the diploma yet because I have yet to submit my final project. But basically, we started from scratch, the language, starting from scratch, which is not really a language, but it's a good introduction to, if-thens and for loops and whatever. So I built a little guitar tuner in that week. Then we started to talk about C for about 4 weeks in the class. He uses C extensively, which was my introduction to C, because I'd done some C++, so I could see how this works. I'd never done any C#, honestly, but it was good. It's just good to use a low-level language like this to start to code algorithms and to do arrays and to see how much of a pain it is just to have a string, right? And around week 4, I have in front of me right now, like week 4 of the class, we started to actually do like pointers, memories, which I'd done in C++, like the free memory, malloc, whatever, that was pretty intense, pretty good. And starting with week 5, we have data structures, so introducing dictionaries in Python, right? So just a lot of data structures can really make our lives easier. So it was a great review, but the big finding for me, the big aha, is SQL, which is week 7 of CS50, which is like, right. If we have users logging into a website, we need somewhere to store their login and password. Hopefully we're going to hash the password, have it very secure, right? But it was a revelation for me to look at basic SQL stuff like IMDb and to fulfill the assignment. So that was a lot of fun, actually. And then the 2 weeks after that, we coded a small website with some JavaScript, like some quizzes and stuff like that. But it was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and Flask. So Flask was also a great way for me to use what I know about Python to build routes that points to HTML. So I never knew how this worked. Like I knew of the front end, like HTML, CSS, but then, we can dynamically generate content on the web page. And we can route this, and at the same time, so we have HTML and CSS on the front end. On the middle of it, we have Python Flask, which is really easy to code and fun. And within that, we can impose some SQL to store and or retrieve data. So the project, I will put it in my portfolio. My favorite one is a stocks trader. And I started to add features to it, like, deposit funds, and you can buy your stocks right from the quote page, buy, sell, quote. You have your transaction history, and of course you have your portfolio, including like what are your holdings and what's your cash. So with your position plus your cash, you get a total. It's not perfect, it's still buggy, so I want to fix some bugs before I publish it, like in my Git or portfolio. But the fun thing is, it just clicked, like the universe clicked for me when I looked at this. I'm like, SQL, 40-year-old technology. I took another tutorial, like 30 minutes on YouTube from Fireship, of course, Fireship. I'm like, yeah, this stuff works, and this is it. I mean, this is how we store and retrieve data, and it's got to be fast. It's got to be done safely. If you have an Instagram post that's really popular and you get millions of likes or thousands of likes within the span of a few hours, you need to have certain methods in place to make sure that works well. So that was a biggie. So what's up for me right now? Within probably the next 24, I'm traveling now, but 24 or 48 hours, I'll be done my current class on Course Careers. Again, not affiliated in JavaScript. And it's good because I didn't know the JavaScript syntax. I knew of the C and C++ syntax, Python syntax, more or less, Java syntax. Some other random stuff like HTML, CSS, Liquid. But I didn't know how to, sorry, I'm getting text and I'm getting distracted at the same time. I didn't know the syntax of specifically certain things like maps. So a map in JavaScript is what I use as a dictionary in Python. I'm familiar with Python. So just to go over data structure, syntax, and like how do we do things in JavaScript, I personally dislike it, but I'm seeing that's it's a really powerful framework. And hey, I watched a YouTuber yesterday saying 90% of the web is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so might as well. And I think that by the end of this term, like in a week or two, I'll be getting familiar with React. Also, I've seen YouTubers say, well, you should really do plain vanilla JavaScript for a while. So this is what I'm going to do, just to be sure I'm really solid. And I also rekindled some relationships I had on LinkedIn and through friends about, this capacity for me to code and maybe to take on like side projects and just to develop my portfolio and really notate it and make it not necessarily the best or whatever, but at least to show that I can do these things and to prove to myself and the world, hello world, that I can build things as part of a team, use creative problem solving and learning at the same time, as well as very technical analytical rigor, which I think is the best intersection for me right now. It used to be the best intersection would be jazz music, like improvised music, and teaching it specifically. So the business aspect, the analytics, and everything were all combined. But now I'm really drawn to this, like really, really drawn to this. So optimistically, I'm signing off for June 10, 2025, my second vlog on JazzStack. I'll see you soon. Take care.